Hi, I'm Andy and welcome to my channel about crypto. In today's video I want to talk about, the current market situation, what happened over the last couple of days and what my strategy at this point. So of course if you're tracking prices in the crypto space, you've definitely noticed that massive dip we had on Friday. It wasn't great. Personally, I was actually hoping that we'll go a bit lower, to be honest, because what I was hoping we'll see is a similar capitulation event like we had, for example, here, when the volume was much higher. In comparison, that was the volume on Friday. And event like that would then hopefully help restart the more bullish phase of the market cycle. Maybe not necessarily like a full-on bull run, but at least we could expect that will then drive prices up. As it currently is, we didn't have quite that volume. There was a fair bit of volume, but nowhere near what I was expecting for proper capitulation. So there's still pretty good chance that we may be in this sort of sideways movement territory or potentially carry on this downtrend. It's definitely not the great place to be in. And I've been DCAing into some small cap altcoins over the last few weeks, and I did say it's an extremely risky strategy in an event if Bitcoin goes down. It just happened, so a lot of those positions are down between 20 and 50%. But it is what it is. I was fully aware of that risk, and it's just the reality of the market at the moment. I'm still very bullish for the mid to long term. I still expect the market to pick up very nicely in the next few months, and those altcoin positions, I still expect them to boom, because to be honest, the prices we've seen over the last few weeks, they weren't exactly bad entry points. Of course, right now, you can get those coins even at lower price points, but comparing to their previous all-time highs or something that was a few weeks ago, they were really decent entry levels. So I'm not massively worried about it, especially as I was buying into the projects in the gaming, metaverse, NFT space, projects that I expect I will go absolutely parabolic later this year. So frankly, that small difference now, it's not really that much of an issue. Crypto fear and greed index, of course, that stays in extreme fear territory. We'll probably see single digits soon. It's barely sitting at 11 right now, so it's not much fun. And if you look at the coins I was talking about in the last couple of weeks, these are the mainly gaming projects I was talking about. So they're not looking great. In the last 24 hours, actually, a lot of them started picking up quite nicely. About time. But a lot of them are down sort of 20 to 50% comparing to where they were a few days ago. So what's my strategy now? I think there are essentially three options. One, it's DCAing in maybe once a week in something reasonably safe. And at the moment, I think the only safe coins are Bitcoin and ETH. Everything else, I'm not saying it will go down to zero, but if there is further downtrend, you will essentially any other altcoins are likely to go much lower than Bitcoin and ETH. Of course, there will be always some exceptions here and there, but I'm talking about the market in general. So at the moment, DCAing into Bitcoin and ETH, say once a week, reasonably often, because the market is still quite choppy. I think that then evens out all those few $1,000s here and there differences. And overall, I think it's a really good entry point for Bitcoin. Clearly, we didn't hold 40K level. 35-ish seems to be holding reasonably well at the moment, but we have to be prepared that we may dip down to 30. That being said, the likelihood of going up is much bigger than, that being said, the risk of going down, that's only five grand from where we currently are. And of course, the potential movement up is far greater than that. So it's definitely not a bad place to be buying Bitcoin. Essentially, it's similar to what we had in summer of 2021. It's a little bit stronger because in the summer 2021 it dipped to like 1700 or so. At the moment it's bouncing around sort of 2300, 2500, but still it's a really good entry point. Everything else, there are a lot of projects at really attractive prices. A lot of those projects, the gaming coins I've been talking about recently, they are not far off the price levels they were before the gaming bull run in late 2021. But if you are buying any of those projects, well, I'm sure you, after the last few days, you're very much aware of it. It is an extremely high risk strategy, and you have to be prepared that these positions may go down quite considerably before they will go up. Most of them, I think, will recover. The narrative is really strong. I think even projects that may not necessarily be the best projects, I think they will still perform really well, because I expect everything in the gaming, metaverse, NFT space to just start pumping sooner or later this year. But yeah, the next few weeks are definitely going to be a bit choppy. So sensible strategy, Bitcoin and ETH. Don't try to time the market bottom, just DCA in gradually. Second, probably the safest strategy at the moment is just put aside whatever cash you are prepared to put in crypto and wait for the clear change of the trend. This may still take a month or two though, so you have to be prepared that it may be quite a long wait. And of course, if you are waiting for clear confirmation that the trend have changed, well, there is a possibility that you will miss the best entry points for many of those coins, but at the same time you are de-risking your strategy quite a bit. So I think that's probably the best course of action at the moment, just waiting on the sidelines and, well, essentially trying to figure out what the market will do. I bought some more Bitcoin and ETH in the last few days, but at the moment, whatever extra fiat I may have to put into crypto, I think I will hold on for a little bit to see what's happening, maybe for the next week or two, and see what the market is doing. And essentially, I think I'll start building my cash position to then put it in the gaming projects once the situation is a little bit more stable. I'm not talking about necessarily full-on bull run, but at least I would like to see a return to, I don't know, mid to high 40s to feel a bit more comfortable. Depending on what the market will do, I may add a little bit to some of those positions, but if I do, there will be very small amounts. And then finally, something that I've been actually doing for the last few weeks is, as you know, my portfolio is quite broad, quite diverse, and I do have NFTs in my portfolio. What I'm trying to do is get on as many NFT whitelists as possible and then build more ETH through flipping NFTs. And then, well, half of that ETH stays as ETH and the other half I'm putting into gaming products. That's what I've done over the last couple of weeks, actually. There were a couple of NFT projects that gave me pretty decent returns, and I took a little bit of profit out just before the crash. Not the best time to take out profits, but still not too bad. And then the rest, the majority of that ETH, I split half and half. Half of it stayed as ETH. The rest I put, well, at the time it was Vulcan Forged, a little bit of Good Games Guild, and some Titan Arena, I think. No, sorry, Good Games Guild, Altura, a little bit of Titan Arena, and Vulcan Forged. So the biggest positions were in Vulcan Forged and Altura. That's pretty much what I'm doing at the moment. That's like ideal case scenario. If I can get some ETH from flipping NFTs, that's what I may allocate to those really risky investments at the moment in some of the altcoins. It won't be huge amounts, but at least a little bit to take advantage of those really low prices. In terms of any new money I may put into crypto, at the moment I'm holding on. If I am buying anything, it's just Bitcoin and ETH. But for the next few weeks, unless there is some sudden complete change in what's happening in the market, my general strategy is just to build up cash position and be ready to deploy it. And in terms of projects I'm looking at, I'm still looking at all of those. This list I've showed you a couple of, I think, a week ago or so. nothing really changed here. I may add some projects as the time goes on, but yeah, that's what I'm currently looking at. In terms of NFTs, well, there's quite a lot going on at the moment. CryptoBats was a really good one that gave me some really healthy profit, and I talked about this not that long ago. Heroes of Mavia is another one I'm really bullish on. I managed to get a whitelist spot on for this one, so I'm really excited about it. I think it will do really well. The land sale will be in February. There are still chances to get whitelist spots for that project, so I would suggest that you may want to try it. And yeah, I may make another video about NFTs in the next few days, just a few other projects I'm currently looking at. But the market is sketchy as hell at the moment. It is quite a bumpy ride, and I'm sure a lot of people are freaked out. To be perfectly honest, this is not that much different to what we had in the summer last year. If anything, maybe it feels a bit more painful because it's just dragging on a bit more. In the summer we had just a sudden drop, or in spring, and then just sort of bearish market. Now it's just sort of, it felt like we may recover much sooner, but then we didn't. I expect another 1 or 2 months of pretty much similar market conditions, unless we have like a big capitulation event, which would then hopefully restart move to the upside. But if that doesn't happen, yeah, I expect more of what we are experiencing at the moment. It's not great, but this is just part of being in crypto. It is what it is, and I'm sure it will work out fine in the end. And to be perfectly honest, a lot of people missed out on getting into gaming in, well, I think around sort of September last year, August, September. A lot of people missed out on many gaming projects in the summer last year. The market seemed too risky. We are now in exactly the same position. A lot of these projects I'm currently looking at, they're not that far off their prices in late summer last year. So yeah, I'm not saying invest in them now, but at the very least keep them on your radar. And when you feel like, yeah, it may be a good moment to go for it, just go for it, because the opportunity is absolutely amazing. Yeah, I didn't expect that we'll see a lot of those projects at those prices. So I think that's it for today. I hope it provides a little bit of reassurance. At the end of the day, we're all in pretty much the same boat. The market is rough as fuck. There's no other way of putting it. It is a bit messy, and it will stay this way for a while. So just hang on there, and I'm sure it will eventually work out all right. But yeah, I expect a few more weeks of quite choppy waters ahead of us. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comment section, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.